What's up, everybody? It's me, Erica, and we are down here. Go, 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 girl. We don't know what is going on down to the
I sponsor the
Let me tell
blog.
you something.
blogs, girl. Let's see. Let's see what is happening, girl. There was a couple of stories that I saved. Wendy Williams reportedly fires lawyers for failing to challenge her guardianship. This is from the Jasmine brand. It says Wendy Williams is desperate to end her guardianship, firing her court appointed attorney, Linda Redlisky, for failing to push her case to trial. According to TMZ, Wendy reportedly wanted Redlisky to file paperwork challenging the guardianship, but was frustrated when nothing happened. Currently in a NYC assisted living facility she calls a luxury prison, Wendy has no access to incoming calls or smart devices. Despite claims of dementia, Wendy has sounded lucid in recent interviews. She hopes to travel to Florida for her father's 94th birthday and is doing everything possible to regain her independence. Redleski has yet to comment because those people are in cahoots with each other. The judge, that what? Then somebody pays. Didn't the judge have some kind of affiliation with somebody in this? Was that Wendy Williams? Was that Wendy? I felt like and the judge and the conservator. What's her name? Dorsey. What's her name? Sabrina Morrissey. I keep saying Dorsey. Morrissey. I felt like it was something with the judge and her, and they have like, I don't know. Was that? Y'all let me know. Am I on the wrong track? She should fire any attorney who does not have her best interests at heart. Good. I'm convinced anyone who ain't fighting for her is working with that guardian and against Wendy. I don't know, man. I have very mixed feelings on this. She was incoherent with her family. I think the courts and her team concerns are valid. Her illness is alcohol induced. She needs more time to reverse a lot of the damages that were made through her drinking. It's sad, but it really is for the better. Look at how Brittany turned out. She got out and immediately fell off the wagon and stayed off. What evidence is the girl? Is Brittany off whatever? What was she on something? Girl, I don't. I had a guardianship and conservatorship of my mother. Wendy probably has good and bad days, but she's not fit to manage her affairs. The family should have intervened before the courts did. It's a lengthy process, but if I could at 31, her sister can figure it out. Oh, okay. If I could at 31, her sister can figure it out. Okay, I got you. I I don't know. I I feel like they act like she doesn't have family who will take care of her. And they act like the family. Now, I wouldn't trust Kevin or Kevin Jr. I'm sorry. That's just how I feel. That's my opinion. I felt like the reason what sent up the flag, somebody said it was Kevin's spending, but I feel like it was something else going on. And I feel like because she has family who is willing to, she doesn't need somebody managing her. She has family. And that's what's crazy because I don't know. Did they think that nobody was going to be like trying to fight for her? Like, I don't know. That's just so weird how they can take somebody and make them a ward of the state. And it's like, and based on some excessive spending, and now you're saying she's incapacitated and she has an early onset of dementia. We saw her other ailments, such as she have like lymphedema, where like her legs swell up. We saw her faint on television. You know what I'm saying? We know she was abusing alcohol, but I feel like, I don't know, because I feel like those people are just like slowly taking Wendy's money. Like, is it possible for her family to see what her balances are in her accounts? Because I feel like they're taking that lady's money. I do. I feel like she's just slowly, and Sabrina is over there living off of Wendy's money, just like everybody else has been her entire life. I don't know. I'm like the person in the comments. I go back and forth because I feel like the money part, them freezing her accounts, I feel like that was like, yeah. Because I really feel like Kevin was over there fucking with that lady's money. I do. I do. I feel like free Wendy. Prayers go out. So hopefully Wendy can get a new, now sneezing girl. Ooh, ooh, a sneezing fit. Hopefully Wendy gets her stuff straightened out because I feel like it's not. I just feel like it. It's unfair for her to be holed up in some like assisted living place. I don't know. Azealia Banks claims ASAP Rocky allegedly shot ASAP Relly because Rihanna flirted with him. Girl, what? Okay, here is a tweet. It says Azealia Banks made a shocking accusation. This is the Jasmine brand. Made a shocking accusation about the alleged ASAP Rocky assault on ASAP Relly. We know the trial just started and he did not take a plea deal. He wants to go to trial. So Rihanna's baby daddy might be going to jail. You going to jail. Hey, you going to jail. Might be going to jail because he wouldn't take the plea deal. He said it would have ruined his career.
Or lesbian relationships. You have just ruined your career. Whatever. You have just ruined your career.
We'll see what the jury says, girl. I don't know. That sound, when you listen to what was going on. Oh boy, Relly is on the stand. And then they tried to say the gun was a prop gun. He said he pointed it at his chest. That's what he said. So Azealia Banks got on Twitter and said ASAP Relly and Naka really made Rocky. Rocky is not from Harlem like he says. So the fucking tea on this is Rocky's corny ass had Rihanna in Harlem trying to show off and made the mistake of inviting Relly's fine chocolate ass over. And of course, Ree was all in his face, flirting and shit. Rocky got jealous, invited him to meet up somewhere, pulled him in for a hug, and then really tried to shoot and kill him. All because Rihanna was looking. Relly really ain't Relly. I'm saying Relly ain't looking for no payday. He's genuinely deeply hurt because he really believed in Rocky and considered him a friend. Rocky is responsible for ASAP Yam's overdose. Girl, what are you, girl? Because he would punk him in front of people, punch him in the chest, knowing he had severe asthma, and sent him into a spiraling depression. He tried self-medicating away with Xanax. Rocky gave Yam's mother a measly 60,000 after all Yams did to stylize him. I grew up with all these niggas. Rocky tried to shoot Relly and recklessly almost shot ASAP Ills. I don't give a fuck. Rocky needs to go to jail and pay Relly with whatever money he makes. This case this oops. This case is missing another count of attempted murder. Elijah, in parentheses, felony assault, illegal possession of a firearm, fraudulent inducement, coercion, intentional infliction of emotional distress, reckless endangerment, and everything possible. Fuck this nigga Rocky. That's Azealia Banks. So she's saying that it was all over Rihanna. I mean, men have we see people kill people over French fry order being wrong. So you can't say like, oh, why would he do that? Because people take people out for the weirdest things and when a man's ego is compromised, you never know. But this is Azealia Banks, so you don't know. But she says she grew up with them and she knows the tea, so she might, and she's not, it's not like she's, because I saw somebody in the comments talking about how does she know all this stuff, because she's still in the industry. Just because she's not popular and you don't see her on your news cycle all the time doesn't mean that she's not still having conversations with people, in community with people. You don't know. She was in community with, why would Azealia Banks be anywhere with Russell Crowe and Elon Musk? Like, right. So when people come out and say stuff, you can't always say like they sound crazy, right? Because you don't know what their affiliations are. You don't know who they're around. You don't know who they continue to talk to. Remember when Russell Crowe spit on Azealia Banks and RZA really didn't do anything? Well, he didn't do anything about it at all. So she's in particular groups and circles of people. So we can't say just because you don't see Azealia Banks on your news cycle that she doesn't know what the fuck is going on. And a lot of times when she shares her opinion about things, it sounds wild as hell. But when you think about the stuff, now I'm not talking about this in particular, but like stuff she says in the past when she gives critiques, some of it sounds like, oh girl, you're just being a hater. But then some of the other stuff, it's like sometimes she gives good advice, like advice in terms of like how people should show up in the industry. You know what I'm saying? What they're doing, like what she said about Doechii, I felt like was so mean. I was like, girl, you sound like a hater. You sound like a hater because I don't know why you would hate on Doechii, girl. Multi-talented. She said the word like that. Her opinion of Doechii, I was just like, girl, you off base with that one. I can't get jiggy with that at all. But sometimes Azealia Banks be on point with some of her opinions and insight on things. You understand what I'm saying? And that's with everybody. And that's the thing. That's with everybody because sometimes I might say something that resonate. Sometimes you be like, girl, what? Girl, Erica, what? You be like, girl, stop. You understand what I'm saying? So everybody's not going to agree with 100% of the things that you say. Um, and so I don't know. Could he have shot him over Rihanna? Maybe. We don't know. Like I said, niggas try to kill people over the most ridiculous things, right? Being jealousy, crimes of passion. You know what I'm saying? That happens. It happens a lot. We hear people all the time, man shot a man because of blah blah blah, you know? And you think it's just so trivial because why would you do that? But people have done that. So it's not like he's not capable of doing something like that. That's why you can't, I don't know. Let's read some of the comments. It's crazy how she's in everybody's business, but nobody knows who she is. And that's where you want to be, bitch. Don't nobody want to be out in the front of everybody when they know every girl. That's the thing, y'all got fucked up. It's not about being in front of everything. It's really being behind the scenes of everything. You love the flashing cameras and the lights and the flashing and the flashing and the flashing. And you think that because you don't see a person, because they're not in the public, that they don't have influence, reach, or they don't have their ear to the street because you don't see them all the time. It's not like she's out of the industry. She's still in the industry. Right? I would rather nobody know who I am and know all the business, girl, than everybody knowing who I am, knowing that I know all the business, girl. We know who she is. We just can't be bothered. Everybody knows who Azealia Banks is. Her calling Relly fine lets me know she's not a credible source. Beauty is in the eye of the beholder. He looks rough though. She wants to be relevant. I stopped reading her. I stopped reading after Fine Chocolate Ass. Y'all really want old Riri to make an appearance, huh? I highly doubt it. Riri is an A-list celebrity and a billionaire. I don't think she would look dude's way. She's looking ASAP Rocky's way. Girl, what the fuck? Just want some attention, girl. Bye. Banks with the T. If y'all remember Chris and Riri's relationship, then y'all know that sounds like the truth. A leopard never changes its spots. On today's episode of Bath Salts, girl, it's over money. Rocky decided to cut ASAP mob off after he got with Rihanna, and Relly is mad about it. So if Relly is mad, why he didn't try to kill ASAP Rocky? Why ASAP Rocky try to kill him? If I got the money, why am I trying to do the killing? Girl, shut up. Allegedly, they tried to extort him before the shooting. The argument that led to the alleged shooting was over Relly believing Rock wasn't paying for a mutual friend's funeral. It was all built up over time. I believe her. Ha, sis, don't be wrong. Was she at the same? Was she at the same? Was she at the same? I don't know. She's about to get a subpoena since you know everything. Somebody said Popeyes is hiring. They're getting Azealia Banks because they've already crossed you off as crazy because you be going on. She's a Gemini. So is that fat. So is that little fat fuck in the White House. He's a Gemini too. Okay, then Wendy Williams. We talked about that already. Let's see what else is going on Hollywood Unlocked. I'm gonna have to do more like now. I'm not gonna be able to just go to the blogs and girl, you know I'm really annoyed that just yesterday, I said I was so happy that Twitch and Allison were out of the news cycle. And yesterday evening, this motherfucker says Allison Hochler recalls having sex with Stephen Twitch boss on a scaffolding during a Glee concert. Social media users are even more livid. I can't. I'm done with that story. I just said it yesterday. I promise. I think it was yesterday or the day before yesterday. I said on Twitter that I was so happy they were out of the news cycle. And here they are. Entertainment news, that is. Mary Cosby gets emotional as she opens up about her son, Robert Jr.'s drug addiction. I do blame myself. Let's hear it.
When you have a relationship with your son and you want to give him the world, you want him to have a better life than you did, you know? I picked up and moved to New York for 8 years so that he can have the best education. He could be in a diverse atmosphere so he wouldn't be raised like I was raised. I was the only one in my class that was African American. They would play slave movies and the whole class would turn around and look at me. And I do blame myself. I feel like somewhere I missed the mark on catching it. But I feel like everybody has their own journey. Everybody has their own testimony. Everybody has their own story. And I feel like that one is for him. Did a great job. When you have a relationship with your son, I want to know how he is.
Everybody's crying, child. Andy's crying. Whitney's crying. Heather's crying. It looked like Bronwyn's trying to cry. Bronwyn, oh my God. Bronwyn, oh my God. I'm disappointed in Bronwyn. I didn't want Bronwyn to be a girl. We got another pathological liar on our hands, girl, in these damn housewives. Housewives. We had girl, Mia is a pathological liar. We got what's the girl? Brynn. Brynn is over there pathologically lying, girl, lying for everything and no reason at all. And now we got Bronwyn. I just feel like Bronwyn, when she on that boat, when she blurted out that Todd cheated on her, and now she's scrounging for words down to the reunion. I feel like you're a liar. And I feel like you blurted that out, just like Brynn blurted some shit out in order to get sympathy, and it was a lie. The same thing Brynn did. And you want to feel sorry for Brynn because she over there crying. I haven't watched I've seen a clip of Brynn like crying and talking about her essay, and it's really sad. But what's even sadder is that you actually took that and used it in order to tarnish somebody else's character. Like something really happened to you that was traumatic, and you used that and you took that and created trauma for another person. What do they say? Hurt people. And you used your own traumatic experience and you tried to tarnish somebody else's character. That says so much about your character. It really does. It really does. Bronwyn, the same thing. Why are y'all need to stop lying? And I feel like, trying to produce a show, self-produce, Brynn going back, being the bone carrier. Okay, that's one of the character archetypes in these reality shows. Somebody's already always carrying a bone. But girl, don't carry, like Jenna said, don't carry the bone. And when you carry it, you tell the story in an effort to hurt the person that you're telling the story to, when in all actuality, it really wasn't that big of a deal. What did Jenna tell her? Hold on, I wrote it down because I was taking notes, but I haven't finished taking notes. Jenna said, sometimes when you tell a story, the intent of the story gets lost, and sometimes the other person gets hurt. That's it. You are telling, like the way that you're telling stories back to Jessel, you're trying to make it seem like Jenna motherfucking Lyons. We know who she is and how her name rings bells. And you're gonna tell Jessel, who actually looks up to Jenna. We saw in the first season, looks up to Jenna. Like when Jenna told her, "You girl, you got on too many labels. Settle down." When you get that kind of advice from somebody who has that kind of relevancy in fashion, and we see how Jessel shows up, it's always a moment. And you go back and tell her that Jenna called her a basic bitch. She didn't say that. You asked her, is Jessel a basic bitch? And what's her name said, no, she's not. She's far from it. But you went back and told her that Jenna fucking Lyons she told you that Jessel was a basic bitch. And even in the way that the conversation was going, it was literally Brynn leading the conversation, asking Jenna questions, and Jenna did not agree with her. And it's so crazy because when you tell the story to the other person, it's like you're trying to hurt them. And instead of just telling the story, I asked, because it's going to make you look like the hater and jealous bitch that you are, Brynn. I feel like Brynn, and it's crazy, and I hate to do it. I might sound ridiculous, but the women on the show, Jessel with her husband and her kids and her fashion and her just bouginess, and she gives you, Brynn, remember, you know what a woman wants and what they put value in, and sometimes when they see women that they don't think should be having that experience that they should be having, it comes off as jealous. When you go to a girlfriend's birthday party and you tell her in the middle of the party, I have to leave because I got to go get a spray tan at night, I feel like you that's what's intentionally disrespectful to this woman celebrating herself. I don't feel like Brynn had to go get, it made it seem like I'm going to do something that I could do any other day. I'm going to do it now while we're supposed to be celebrating you. And then say everything is a photo op. Everything's a photo op for her. Well, everything could be a photo op for you. Are you jealous? How are you criticizing the way that someone that you call a friend, how are you criticizing the way that they celebrate themselves, my nigga? That is not a friend at all. That's a jealous bitch. It's that is a that's a jealous person. Envious. That motherfucking green monster will get you every time. Ubah. You see Ubah's man? Y'all see Ubah's man? Y'all seen him? When a woman puts value in something like that, if another woman has something she thinks she should have, she's going to tell her, I don't want you to come off I want you to keep your relationship. And I don't want you to come off as the angry black woman, because I want you to keep your relationship. Girl, let me play it. I was like, bitch, When she said that, I was like, bitch, what are you trying to say? Oh, I know what you trying to say. Here it goes right here.
The conversation that happened between Ubah and Brynn on the last night of the Hamptons, specifically about the advice that you gave Ubah about not being portrayed as an angry Black woman. I want you to marry Oliver. I want Oliver to marry you. I don't want you coming off like this as an angry Black woman, you know? What was the
I want you to marry Oliver. No, you want somebody to marry like Oliver. So I don't want you to come off as an angry Black woman. All Ubah has been doing really is reacting to people. And her reaction is really like she literally go like she needs to her reaction to things literally goes from 0 to 100. Like she just goes. But for me, this season, the way she was 0 to 100 with Brynn, I felt like she was feeling that from her. Like, I feel like, bitch, you really are not my friend and you're really coming at me. You really fucking with me. So she kept telling Brynn, leave me alone. She kept telling Brynn to leave her alone. Leave me alone. I'm poking at you. I'm talking about I'm trying to get pregnant. And that's why you took and weaponized with Rebecca. That why are you trying to mom shame me and trying to make it seem like I'm not that I don't understand what it's like not to have kids. You trying to mom shame me. No, that was not what she was doing at all. But you tried to weaponize you trying to get pregnant and use that against Rebecca Minkoff. Girl, I was like, Brynn needs some help. Bronwyn, you over there lying too. Stop lying on these shows, y'all, because what the crazy part of it is, we can always rewind it and go back and look at what you did and said. Like, and then I think they really forget that the cameras are there. We can go back and rewind it and they'll do a montage on your ass, bitch. So I don't know if that's like what is it, like a characteristic of narcissism where like you're just I'm just gonna do these things and I'm gonna say these things and I'm forgetting that it's being recorded. So I the conversation and then what Brynn does, the conversation that we have, some of the conversations are off camera. She brings them on camera and twists them up. It's more than just bone carrying what she's doing. You understand what I'm saying? They were on her ass at that reunion. They were literally on her ass. But I feel like it's more of a projection of, I want your life. I want what you have. I want to be able to do the things that you're doing. I want to be with a man like Oliver, right? Because even when they showed Brynn, they showed it back because I think I talked about it on Twitter. When she asked that guy if she can have his sperm, and the way she was laughing about it. And then she's telling her therapist, I don't want my trauma to keep me from having kids. No, that should be the very reason why you don't have children, until you get the fuck over the shit that you are going through and why you move like that. The shit is crazy. Jenna got her ass together too. We're going to talk about it. But this thing, like I said, it's more like, I want you to come off like an angry Black woman, right? Because she kept poking at Ubah, because I want this man to see you and I want to destroy what you have because I want what you have. I deserve that. What you have, Ubah, I deserve that. I don't want you to come off as an angry Black woman, but I'm going to poke at you through the whole fucking season to the point where she's telling you to leave me alone. And then you throw out, use your own sexual assault to try to make her look bad. That's why I'm so glad that Jessel went and told her, because then it would have been, if she would have said that, you want to go there? Oh, well, maybe, I don't know. Maybe she didn't clock it. But it's not just that. All these other examples, like Sai told her, it's a montage of you lying. Ain't no montages of me lying, girl. And just lying and lying and lying. And I don't know if it's like you want to be the bone carrier, but there's something else to it. Like, why are you trying to hurt these people, everybody you talking to? Well, it's kind of fucked up that we bond over making fun of Jessel. Why are you making fun of Jessel? Jessel minds her fucking business. She don't start no shit with nobody. She minds her business, takes her pictures, thinks that everything else is ill. That's the character. And you don't like it. And you don't like Ubah with that man. I hate to put the value there, but these are women who put the value there. That's a woman who puts the value there. Sounds like to me, you wanted her to come off as an angry black woman so you can kind of sabotage her relationship with that man. Because how would a man look at a woman and say, you knew about this girl's essay and you threw it in her face? Now I'm questioning your character. That was so intentional, and she did it intentionally to harm Ubah. And I don't think she should get away with it. I do think she should come back and speak to it. And I'm so glad that Ubah is getting her ass next week again, cussing her out. This is too much. It should be too much. You should be met with all of you sent it out. The lies. Why are you lying on people to try to hurt them? Now it's coming back on you. Now it's too much. Girl.
Biracial, and there's a who is still single to get a guy who let you be you. Right. I wake up 11 o'clock in the morning, and he bring me tea in my bed. Wow. The internet had a strong reaction to the advice that you had for Ubah.
And you know why Ubah said that? Because she wants to let Brynn know, I got the shit you want, bitch. I wake up at 11 o'clock in the afternoon. My man brings me tea in bed. That's the shit you want. That's why she said that.
On Twitter said Brynn telling Ubah to stop being angry if she wants to marry her boyfriend. It's been a while since I heard something so microaggressive. Sammy Joe said for Aaron to be the one to correct Brynn is wild. What was your reaction to the backlash? Don't bring Aaron into this.
No, Aaron had to explain to her, you can't say that. Don't say that.
I think it was hurtful. I'm biracial, now identify as a black woman. It was really hard.
I just, girl, stop.
To read that and to see that, because I know my intention, but I said something wrong. And maybe even if I'm allowed to say certain terms or we can talk about things, maybe it's not always appropriate to bring it up because I identify as black, but I haven't had the same experience as you.
Brynn, I'm sorry. And I hate to tell you, but you might like the way that you look, you're moving around New York. You can live in New York and you can move around and nobody ever know that you are a black woman. Black people looking at you, some will looking at you can clock you, right? We know what folks look like, but people to the untrained eye, you, my dear, can move around. You say I can't tell you how to identify, girl, but when people look at you to the untrained eye, you would pass for a white woman, right? You would be allowed into spaces that said whites only. Do you understand? So I don't believe that you were trying to tell Ubah not to come off as an angry black woman because you felt like she needed to maintain her attitude because this man wouldn't want to marry her. But then in the entire season, you poke at her and then lie on her because you really want what she has. You want what she has, but you got to be careful on wanting what other people have. You really do, because look how you act. Look how you act. I said that Brynn was a liability. I said it on Twitter. That over the top hypersexual, it flirt with everybody, even an old man, like flirt from your daddy to some young kid on the beach, like girl, like on the sand, like moving around, and the kid is looking at her like, lady, get up. Are you sure? Like, what are you doing? Being inappropriate with Abe. I don't care how Aaron is okay with it. You should not be okay with being overtly flirtatious with somebody's partner. It is just, unless y'all are in they polyamorous or stuff like that. But when people start nervous laughter around you because you're too over the top, it's like secondhand embarrassment. Eventually you're gonna get caught up in some shit and it's not gonna be good. Like, I felt like Brynn, I want her to come back. I do. I want her to come back. Anyways, y'all, we'll come back and talk about the entire reunion. I'm gonna watch it again. Like I said, I had notes, but I didn't finish taking notes because I gotta watch it again. So go ahead and like the video. Don't forget to like the video. I'm gonna go now. Take care of each other, protect your energy. Let's get down in the comments. Peace.